Hi guys, it's me, your friend Felissa Rose, Angela from Sleepaway Camp, and you're listening to Kendall Hates Horror! Yeah.
Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Welcome to my world, bitch. Kendall hates horror.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
I'm so fucking scared right now.
Hey, if you had to, if you were entering the adult industry, what would your porn name be?
Man, you're gonna hit me with something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Usually it's the name of like your childhood dog and then the street you grew up on. So think about that. And it could be in any
any order.
Any order you want to. Yeah.
And that, if I was going by that naming convention, I would be Buster Palisade, which is not bad now that I say it out loud.
Pretty good.
That's a pretty good one.
Uh-huh.
Well, mine would be since I had like two childhood homes because I had my mom's house, my dad's house. I would be either Ernie 58.
That's not bad.
Or let's see, or Hannah McCormick.
That's kind of boring, honestly.
That sounds like a female porn star.
It does. Yeah.
I'm Hannah McCormick.
But what about
Get out there with a big old schlong.
this? Is
Okay, fake news.
Yeah.
Not big old schlong.
oh, it's adequate.
I had to share mine. We've talked about this.
No, I heard the best one, and it was completely by accident. I heard Barry Cox, and I was just like, "Oh, that is a perfect porn name if I've ever heard one." Dibs on it.
Mine's. I'm thinking about it now. It's making me laugh. So mine would be Buddy San Pablo.
That's amazing.
Because that was my childhood dog's name was Buddy, and then one of the streets that I grew up on was San Pablo. It's down on the east side over by like Southeast High School.
Buddy
San Pablo.
Buddy San Pablo.
I call you nothing but Buddy San Pablo from now on.
That's my new character.
You need to get that on your name tag at work.
I'm gonna make Jessica make you one.
I like it took me a while. Like I was waiting for you guys to finish because in my head I was laughing really hard.
Jessica, if you're listening, we need a name tag that's made Buddy San Pablo.
Buddy San Pablo.
Yes. That will prove if she still listens.
Yeah, because one day in a few weeks, Evan's going to come in and she's going to I have a name tag.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I think I should be able to wear that because fucking what's her name? She wears the fucking name tag that says Thursday.
Yeah.
Still.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, there's a girl that works at our store. I won't name any names. I won't name drop her, but like basically one of our old managers, she had come in with like pigtails in or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody had said like, "Oh, who are you Wednesday?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Oh, okay. Are you Thursday then?" So she has a name tag that says Thursday, and she wears it all the time.
Oh,
And,
cool.
The bakery girl has one that says Fidget.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can wear San Pablo.
Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna wear
Buddy
it.
San Pablo.
Buddy San Pablo.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Kendall Hates Horror. Now that we've gotten some insight into where our brains go, I'm your host, Grant. I am joined by our horror expert and salty boy, Evan. And in this context, salty doesn't mean what you think it means.
Okay.
And to my left is our good friend and firm buttocks
Fake news again.
Kendall.
Hello.
Salutations.
Salutations.
How's everyone's week going? Kendall, we were just talking about your freak out.
Yeah. I will not be here next week.
Yeah.
Because I have to get on a plane.
Yep.
And go to New York.
Yeah. Well, as they were recording this, he is a week away from possibly one of the worst decisions you can make in 2025, which is get on a plane.
I did hear, though, so this is actually, like, apparently there's all kinds of plane crashes that happen, but they never get very much media attention.
Oh, yeah, it happens
And
all
they're
the time.
mostly private planes and shit.
Small planes, yeah.
Yeah. The I don't know, I guess it was just a fad in the beginning of this year to just report all these fucking plane crashes.
A couple of big things happened, and then everyone talked about it on like social media,
Yeah.
and then the media was like, "Oh, let's copy that because that sounds like a great idea."
So I actually looked it up, and we are actually like at a record low for plane crashes in 2025, if you could believe that.
See, that's all you got to keep telling yourself when you're
it's-
taxiing on the runway.
Dude, it's fucking March.
Yeah. Well, I mean, compared to this time in other years.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you're comparing it to 2024, there's more months in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm a little. I mean, not much more with it than that, but I did make sure it was like compared to same time in prior.
When you land, if you're not playing Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, I mean, you could always just do New York by, is that Bennett? Or is that Frank Sinatra?
Oh, New York. I think that's Sinatra.
That's Sinatra.
Was that Sinatra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kinley said she wants to play "Welcome to New York" by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna be happy to be there. I'll probably kiss the floor. And
No, don't kiss the floor.
Not in New York,
Fucking
man.
disgusting.
Yeah.
If you want to get fucking hepatitis A through Z, then yeah, go ahead.
to our New York
Yeah, I'm
listeners,
good.
that's KH Podcast.
Well,
K-
they would- most of them
KHOR
would-
podcast at
Most of them would
gmail.com.
agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. Yeah. The last thing you want to do, don't touch any subway handrails. Just raw dog the steps without the handrails.
If you find candy on the street, don't eat it.
No.
It's not free candy.
It's probably meth. It's probably meth.
Are you guys taking subways? Are you?
Yeah, mostly we're gonna walk.
Okay.
Subway's probably the cheaper.
But
route.
then the subway passes were like $30 each.
Yeah.
And I have heard if someone asks for your subway pass, don't give it to them. They're just trying to fuck you out of your subway.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just somebody standing there going, "I need to see your pass."
Yeah.
Just be like, nah.
No, you don't.
Let me see a badge.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
And then if they don't show me a badge that looks legit.
Just tell them either the only way you're getting the subway pass out of my hand is either you produce a badge or a gun. Because you're either a cop or you're robbing me.
Yeah, but I'm
in front of all these people.
In front of all these, dude, they're going to be really like with that accent, and you're definitely high on the list of people to be mugged.
But you need to have proper subway etiquette. Like, certain people, let them sit down
Sure.
and then you stand up.
Yeah.
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Pregnant-
I just won't.
Pregnant lady,
old ladies.
old ladies, old men.
Yep.
Like
Pregnant old
I'm
men.
so glad we're having this talk.
Well, I feel like this is stuff he already knows.
Yeah,
No, I was saying that not facetiously. Like
I would just go to the places where we're in Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'd be like, oh yeah, there's that thing
Yeah.
from the movie.
I just want to go. I want to go to the best, that coffee shop from Elf that says "best coffee in the world."
No, yeah, that's
and
that's
walk
me.
in and do the. Oh my God! Congratulations!
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah, I just want to do that. I
want to do that.
I want to go because I'm pretty sure they recreated Central Perk from Friends. I'm pretty sure that's a complete recreation, and it's where it's supposed to be. So I would go there. Yeah, and I would find Monk's Deli, or Monk's Diner, which is the restaurant they go to in Seinfeld all the time. It's there. It's like actually in New York.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I would go to shit like that because I'm weird.
I'll go to all the since I'm going with my wife and Kinley, we'll probably have to do what they want to do, and I don't get to go anywhere I want to go. And yeah, but maybe I can swing it.
You can go to the
Maybe I
top.
can swing
You can go to the top of the rock and put your tits on the glass.
Yep, totally gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Well, yeah, that's like the top of, I think it's Rockefeller Plaza, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. Yeah, and there's like, instead of like cages where, like when you go up to the top of the Empire State Building, they have like cages,
yeah, so you can't jump off.
Yeah, but this one has like plexiglass.
Just put your
Is that the
tits-
one that Merg put his tits on?
Yeah.
That's what
I was thinking.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Yeah, but that's like, I'm pretty sure that's like the building like on top of the Rockefeller Plaza,
Right,
I believe.
yeah.
Which I'd like to go there too, because that's like, that's like in every fucking movie.
Yeah.
That's where they always go ice skating.
Yeah.
Well, I know that they want to go to the top of the Empire State Building and do the lookout thing.
Yeah, have fun
And
with-
I'm like,
yeah, that'll be all day.
I'm gonna go fucking do something else. I'm scared of heights. I don't want to.
Well, also it
I don't
takes
want to fucking do that.
all fucking day to do it because everybody goes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
You want to go to places in New York where like it's not like a fucking tourist trap.
not a big tourist.
I mean,
thing.
you want to go. You obviously want to go to like Central Park because you got to go to Central Park.
Yeah.
But like you can get there. You don't have to wait in line to get to Central Park.
yeah, you
can
just walk in.
It's a huge park.
Yeah, you can just it spans like a lot of Manhattan. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like 20 square miles.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
I want to go to the warehouse where Kevin McAllister hooked up the whole trap thing for the.
Oh yeah. I don't even know where that's supposed to be. Oh, you mean like when he went to like his uncle's house?
Yeah.
It's the house that's like all fucked
Under
up.
renovations. Yeah.
Yeah, it's under renovations. Like his uncle and his aunt aren't there. They're like
Oh, you could go to
friends.
Duncan's Toys.
Duncan's
I want
Toys.
to go to Duncan's Toys.
You can find wherever that hotel's supposed to be.
There's the plaza.
Yeah.
Because that's why Donald Trump is in that movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Right.
sure that's like it's like right next to Central Park too.
It is. Yeah, it's just like
Because
right
when
across.
when he runs out after they realize that the credit card's stolen, he goes right to Central Park because it's right there.
Because that's where he finds the lady with the birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
The place is called the Plaza, right?
The Plaza Hotel.
Is it just the Plaza Hotel?
The Plaza
I thought
Hotel.
I thought it was something else.
Nope.
Yeah, I used to have a Talk Boy. It was like a big toy when that movie came out.
Yeah, I never had
yeah.
one. I was already into my like teens when that movie came, because that movie came out in what, 94?
Yeah, I would have been 8 when that
I
movie
was
came out.
15 when that movie came out. So
Yeah.
I was already past that like Talk Boy thing. I was already, playing Super Nintendo and shit like that. So today we Kindle. This is a good one. You probably won't hate this movie, okay? This one, it's probably I rewatched this one yesterday, and I got to say this movie is probably like the queen of the one-liners. Like, it's not the king of the one-liners, but it's definitely like kind of feels like the queen of the one-liners. It's got some humor to it. 2009's Jennifer's Body.
All right. I'm real excited.
Yeah.
So Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body, yes. Starring
starring Megan Fox as
Oh.
Jennifer, the titular Jennifer. Check.
the titular.
Titular Jennifer. We have Amanda Seyfried playing her best friend, Needy.
Anita.
Yeah, her
but
name is Anita, but
Everyone calls her Needy.
Everyone calls her Needy.
Needy Lesnicki, which is a fucking terrible name. This movie was filmed, or at least it was set in Minnesota, so Anita Lesnicki sounds absolutely Minnesotan. Yeah. And Jennifer's last name is Czech, which also sounds very Minnesotan.
Yeah, and then we have Adam Brody, who plays Nikolai Wolf.
What else is he in?
Adam Brody, he's been in a bunch of shit. He was in the OC. He was in The Ring. He has a very small part in The Ring because he's the one that's talking to Naomi Watts.
Yeah,
she's asking about the video.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, he's also in Ready or Not. He fucking rules in that movie. He's awesome in this movie.
He's not awesome in this movie. He's like the biggest prick
but
in
he's
this
a
movie.
fucking asshole, and he's
the
so good at playing an asshole.
He's the biggest prick in this movie.
Well, because like if you're like a fan of the OC, because I watched the OC when I was in high school, right? He's the most relatable character in that show, right? He's pretty much like, bar none, if anybody watched that show, he was like the favorite character, right? Because he's so fucking relatable. In every other movie, he plays such an asshole. Like everything he's ever been in, other than that, he's the biggest dick in the world. It's like Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult plays Beast in X-Men. He's
And
fucking
ever since
cool.
then, he's
and
been
ever
nuts.
since then he's in a dick in everything he's ever been.
Yeah.
And then we have Johnny Simmons, who, if there are any fans of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, he played young Neil. He plays
Chip.
He plays Chip, who is Needy's boyfriend in this movie.
Is he related? Okay, because
He's not related to J.K. Simmons.
Okay, because J.K. Simmons is also in this. I believe he either plays a teacher or he plays the principal of the school. For no reason.
He's the principal.
Yeah, for no reason. He has a hook hand.
No, dude. J.K. Simmons rules in this movie.
He's awesome. He's great. Yeah, he's great.
We have Amy Sedaris, who plays Needy's mom.
Yep.
We have Kyle Gardner, and any horror fans out there know that name. He's pretty much like a horror king right now. He's been in Smile. He was in the new of the new Screams.
He was in the shitty Nightmare on Elm Street.
He was in the shitty Nightmare on Elm Street.
But that's not on him.
He was in a great movie called The Passenger, which I fucking love that movie. That movie is awesome. And then we have a wild Chris Pratt is in this movie.
Yes, yeah. This is the blinking you miss it, Chris Pratt. Pratt.
It's like right at the beginning.
It's like right at the beginning, and then he's only referred to in name only.
Yeah, they never.
His name is Roman. They meet him.
Mm-hmm.
He says hi. She says to him, "I'm banging him," and then he disappears.
We
and never see him again. He's only mentioned after that.
And it was directed by Karen Kusama and written.
This is what I want to talk to you about.
Written by Diablo Cody and also executive produced by Jason Reitman.
Yep.
Previously, Diablo Cody and Jason Reitman had worked together on Juno.
Yep.
And they wanted to do another movie together, but they wanted to do something
completely different.
Yeah. And like the most unusual movie they could make. So they
in fact, there will be a Diablo Cody cameo in the movie. She's also another one of those blink and you miss it type of cameos. I'll point her out when we're watching it.
But Diablo Cody kind of got like really big around this time because she writes Juno, and that movie is so like sharp and witty, and the dialogue is so good. Yeah. Diablo Cody kind of becomes this like hot new thing, but she's like, I want to make this fucking movie. I want to write this movie. And this movie...
And a lot of the dialogue being sharp and everything like that comes out in this movie as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I wish Diablo Cody would like write more stuff because she has a very like she has a very distinct style, and you can kind of tell it's her. It's kind of like Tarantino. Tarantino has a distinct style of how his dialogue's written. And this is exactly how Diablo Cody is. Like, you've seen Juno, right, Kendall?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know how the dialogue is in that movie, and how like J.K.
very
Simmons
quippy, very
J.K. Simmons is fucking awesome in Juno.
Yeah.
Like when that scene when she tells him that she's pregnant, he's like, "Who?" And then he's like, she's like Bleecker. He's like the weird kid from down the street.
Yeah.
Like that's just that movie that movie is it's so well written because it has like these ebbs and flows of like it's really hilarious and it's just devastating.
Yeah.
And then it's uplifting. But this movie was so this movie was made on a budget of about $16 million, and it only made $31 million. It
almost doubled.
Yeah, but doubling ain't gonna make you any money.
Yeah.
And the marketing for this movie was so bad because basically what they did.
I didn't know this movie was coming out until like it was out.
Well, it's not just that it wasn't marketed well; it's the way it was marketed as well. Because the way this movie was marketed, it was marketed towards young teen males. So they were like, let's show all these sexy scenes with Megan Fox to get all the horny boys into the theater.
Thinking that that we're going to get to see her tits.
This movie isn't about that at all.
Nope.
This movie is the farthest thing from her being...
I wouldn't say it's the farthest thing. Because there is some sex appeal in this movie, but it's...
Yeah, but it's done for a purpose.
Right.
The reason, like, this movie has been reappraised, because that's how I was. When I first saw this movie in 2009, I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters. We rented it. And I watched it, and I was like, I don't really get it. I don't really like this movie that much. I think it's kind of lame. Yeah. And then I watched it again like 10 years later, probably like 2016 around. And I watched it. I was like, this movie is pretty genius.
Actually, it's really smart.
The fucking script in this movie is so good. And I think a lot of people were just going through their Megan Fox hate.
Yeah.
There's like everybody hates Megan Fox.
Well, this was pre Megan Fox. Like
I think people
This
saw
was
her in
pre-Megan.
Transformers, and when they were like, she's pretty, but she's really not a good actress.
she's actually really good in this movie.
She's great in this movie.
Yeah.
Like she fucking rules in this movie. She's really funny, and this kind of was a precursor to her being on New Girl when she's awesome on New Girl.
Yeah. This is pre falling out with Michael Bay, but also pre reconciling with Michael Bay. So you make that one make sense to me.
But it's kind of been reappraised lately, and it's become like a feminist
It really has
cult classic where it's like this is like a lot of like women will be like, yeah, this is my favorite horror movie.
The men in this movie are such side characters. They're like not. They don't seem important at all. Like you'll get that feel when you're watching this movie. Like the guys just don't matter.
Well, they're either they don't matter or like they're the biggest assholes that could exist, or they're the dumbest motherfuckers that are around. Like all the women in this movie are fucking smart. Like especially Amanda Seyfried. Amanda Seyfried is amazing in this movie. She's great. Amy Sedaris is really great in this movie.
Yeah.
But you look at like J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is a fucking moron in this movie.
Which when we watch this, I won't be able to see Amanda Seyfried for anything except Mean Girls.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's been in a lot of other shit too.
Well, I mean,
She's fantastic in Mamma Mia, but she's kind of done some musicals. I don't know if you've ever seen Mamma Mia. The only person I could ever talk to about that was Chip, because for some reason Chip is like the biggest ABBA fan. He fucking loves ABBA, and me and him would always talk about Mamma, because I like Mamma Mia. I think it's a good movie. It's funny and
I'm not an ABBA fan, so
I mean, there's some good ABBA songs. I mean, like, I'm not going to say that there isn't, but she's in that movie. Like, she's in that movie. It's like her and Meryl Streep.
Have you seen Ted 2?
nope.
You've never seen the Ted movie?
He's never seen Ted.
Okay.
1.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is surprising because he's such a big Family Guy fan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she plays in Ted 2. She plays Sam L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's her name.
That's her name in the movie.
Yeah.
She plays Samantha L. Jackson.
Samantha L. Jackson.
So
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds.
no words. So this movie was mostly filmed in and around like South Canada, with the waterfall sequences actually taking place. This is going to be where the movie is set, but it's actually set in a town called Devil's Kettle, Minnesota. There is a waterfall there, and this is a little bit of a spoiler for the movie. There's a waterfall there that has a whirlpool at the bottom.
Yeah.
That scientists don't know where the water goes. They think they figured it out. They think that it just rejoins a river like later on, but like they've thrown things in there to try and figure out where it goes. And
See where it comes out?
Yeah, and it just doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So,
But like as in like what's in store for this movie, it's like I can't really get into much of it because it's kind of spoilery.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good kills in this movie.
actually some pretty good kills. Yeah.
The visual effects are really good.
Yeah. This is probably one of the movies that is going to have more CGI than the other movies that we've had.
Yeah.
But it works for the minimal amount of CGI they use. It works.
There's not a lot of. I mean, they use some like practical stuff, but a lot of it's done with.
It's mostly
CGI.
her makeup. You know?
Yeah, but it's I can't really get into much. I mean, it's not really jump scary. I don't think there's
a few jump scares.
There's a couple, but like there's some nice kills in this movie, like really cool kills. I really like it. There's like a lot of visually. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this movie.
Great.
All right. All right. Are you ready to watch the trailer?
Yes. All right.
So have you watched it yet?
I have not.
Okay, so here it is. Kendall is watching the trailer for Jennifer's Body.
Well, here we go. It is rated R. Okay, we have a lake.
I did notice there's a bunch of stuff in the trailer that didn't make the movie,
She's swimming.
which is probably the most famous scene from this movie.
Yeah, it is.
I'm surprised you've never seen it before.
You and me are going out tonight.
Yeah, it's her climbing out of the lake.
You always do what Jennifer tells you to do.
It's just that I like the same things that she likes.
Hey, Jennifer, you look really pretty.
Why don't you just come by my place? Well, this is random.
This isn't really her
See, I'm
house.
just seeing Mean Girls right now.
Play mommy and daddy.
Oh, God. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Okay.
We always share your bed when we have slumber parties. Jennifer's evil.
I know.
No, I mean, she's actually
she's evil.
Not high school evil.
Not high school evil.
Oh my God, she's burning her fucking tongue with a lighter.
That's the other famous scene from the movie.
Oh, it looked like she really did that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You are never a good friend. You could have anybody that you want. White
White chip.
chip. You're killing people. No, I'm killing boys. Thought you only murdered boys. I go both ways.
Yeah, this is where this trailer doesn't do this movie justice at all.
Okay. You can barely finish gym class.
Same.
Well, there's music from Panic at the Disco.
It does. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the band that Low Shoulder, like that's the Low Shoulder song. I'm pretty sure Panic at Disco
Yeah,
did that.
I believe so.
They were getting really big at that time. So.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because they actually tried to, for Low Shoulder, they were trying to get for Adam Brody's role, because he plays the lead singer of this band.
Yeah,
because
it's called Low Shoulder.
The whole premise is like that Needy and Jennifer are going to a club to go see this band live, and Adam Brody is the lead singer of Low Shoulder. But originally they had two options that they wanted to get. One was Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy to play Nikolai.
Which I'll point it out, and it's not really a spoiler, but there is a Fall Out Boy poster, a cameo in Jennifer's room.
Yeah, and then they also tried to get Joel from Good Charlotte to to play Nikolai, the lead singer of Low Shoulder. But they weren't able to get either one of them, so they ended up getting Adam Brody to play the part.
Yeah.
Oh.
So. Well, what do you think? What do you think the scariest part of the movie is going to be for you?
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know. I think I've read some things, and they talk about some more Hershey syrup shit. So this movie has more Hershey syrup in it. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's a pretty bloody movie.
It actually
said,
it actually said that it's not scary, but it is really gory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is a very. Bloody
I know exactly. I know exactly where the Hershey syrup scene is. I know exactly which one it is.
This movie's pretty gory.
So I'm not really worried about it being scary, but I am like, oh, there's gonna be some unsettling shit.
It's a fun movie, I would say.
It's a very fun movie.
I think it's very fun.
And she just burned her fucking tongue with a lighter.
That's one of the famous scenes from
yeah.
the movie. That's usually like if you see like a still, it's usually that
or her swimming in that lake. Like those are the two most famous scenes in the movie.
And they're in the trailer.
They're in the trailer, yeah. And there's, like I was saying, there's a few things in that trailer that aren't in the movie, which is kind of irritating. It's just one of those weird marketing things.
That's why the marketing is bad for this movie.
Yeah.
Because that movie makes it seem like, ooh, this is going to be sexy. It's not. I mean, it is sort of, but it's not as much as they portray it.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I the last two trailers I've watched, I really don't know what to think from watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now, if we were to watch the fucking, and we always go back to
the Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. I'm
well, like
if we'd have watched that on here, I'd have been like, the whole motherfucker is going to be scary.
Yeah.
What's the scariest part for you? What do you think's going to be scary? The movie, the whole fucking thing.
Not when they're talking, but mostly when things are happening.
Yeah, yeah, and that I will say to date, that's probably the
this is a much
fucking
better movie than we watched last week. I think not a much better movie. I think it's a better movie than fucking Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, not culturally, it's not. But
culturally, it's not, but it's a better made movie.
It's a better made movie.
We don't need to get back into that.
Yeah,
well, I'm just saying.
Still disappointed.
Why did we pick this movie, Evan?
Well, I mean, I think we haven't really done like a demon. It's kind of a more of like, I think it's a more fun movie. I mean, yeah, we did Idle Hands, but I also think it's really smart. Like it's kind of taking this little bit of comedy and throwing it into the horror genre, but also doing something different because it's like I said, it's kind of a feminist movie. And that's not really good for, the three penises around the table. But, I think it's a good.
This sausage fest that we have sitting at this table.
Yeah, and it's kind of like one of those, late aughts horror films that were kind of a gem. Like most of them were trash, with the exception of a few things.
Yeah.
there were some gems in the aughts. You know, like the Descent. The Descent was like a gem, like probably like one of the best films during the 2000s. You know, there were some good ones, but most of it was trash.
Yeah, so
You
this
know,
is one of the good ones.
This is one of the good ones. You know, like this and like I don't even Saw, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, Hostel, shit like that. But there was a lot of trash in the 2000s. But this is one of the kind of the gems right as we're leaving the 2000s.
Yeah.
This came out the year after I graduated high school. 2009?
Yes, 2009.
Yeah.
God damn. I'm so fucking old. Jesus. Do you want to do your little fucking thing?
Yeah.
Was this like the same year she did Transformers 2? Or was it like, because Transformers 2 come out in 2009?
May come out 2010?
2007 was the OG. That was Transformers 1.
Yes.
Yeah,
because that was before.
So I wonder if that was like I think it was 2 years later they did Revenge of the Fallen.
The shitty one.
Well, it's better than 3. 3's a piece of garbage.
2000? No, it was same year, 2009.
Yeah, so she had these 2 movies that came out in 2009. Megan Fox was like a big deal for a while.
She was a really big deal.
Yeah.
And now she's not.
She doesn't do a whole lot anymore.
No.
Well, she's,
too busy fucking Machine Gun Kelly and wearing his blood in a locket around her neck.
I think they're broke up.
Yeah, they're broken.
Did they?
Yeah, they're broken up.
Oh.
She basically just like takes care of her kids now.
Oh,
she's got
awesome.
3
She's
kids.
all right. She's back on the market.
Yeah, totally. So, you
all
right.
right.
Little thing.
Let's do your little thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. This is Kindle's Fun. Back.
Yay!
Now batting, Mike Piazza.
You can't do that shit.
Apparently, we're just gonna keep throwing that joke into the ground.
You can't do that shit.
Shut up!
I don't care.
Beat that dead horse.
Okay, and like we were saying before, we're back to Hershey syrup.
Yeah.
Just like in Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
There is apparently someone that pukes, and it is Hershey syrup that is puked out of someone's mouth. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
Megan Fox has stated that this is her favorite movie she's ever done.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Amanda Seyfried. Seyfried. Okay, Amanda Seyfried.
It's a weird spelling to it's not phonetically spelled.
Yeah,
it's
I'm all
weird.
fucked up when I try to read
But
that.
it's Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried said it is also one of her favorite movies she's ever done.
Which is saying something for her.
Because she's done a lot of
She's been in
shit.
some bangers. Like Megan Fox has.
Like she's been in Les Mis, she's been in Ted, she's been in Chloe, she's been in just a whole bunch of stuff.
She's been in a whole bunch of shit. Like
and in a very, very broad range of things. Because she's been in comedy, she's been in drama, she's been
nominated for an Academy Award.
She's been nominated for
Christ's
Academy
sakes.
Award.
You know, like because I'm pretty sure she was nominated for Les Mis.
Probably.
Yeah. Like,
Megan Fox got to make out with fucking Shia LaBeouf. So.
Oh yeah.
LaBeouf.
She's on screen made out and off screen made out with 2 crazy fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an Oscar nominee.
Yeah.
The name of this movie comes from the song Jennifer's Body by Courtney Love's band Hole.
Yep.
Hello. Man, that sounds so bad, but I love Hole.
Yeah, I love Hole too.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried. God damn it. I'm showing how dumb I am right now.
Stupid fuck.
Actually, this is just a fun fact. This isn't about the movie, but she auditioned for the role of Michaela in Transformers.
And that's interesting.
And we all know who got the role.
I did not know that.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that would have been. I don't know if that would have worked as well because the whole point is that like Shia LaBeouf is kind of like a normie, and he gets like this
the
fucking
hot girl somehow.
smoking.
Yeah.
Whereas like Amanda Seyfried
is a girl next door.
She's very gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but she has girl next door vibes.
Yeah, she definitely she not to anybody at this table, but she seems attainable.
Yeah.
The marketing department suggested that Megan Fox promote the movie by doing live chats on amateur porn sites.
I did read this.
That's Cool.
And
like you said, it was tested to young. This movie was tested with young male.
No,
she
this is
turned that
audiences.
down.
Yeah, she totally turned that down.
Yeah,
but this totally goes with your.
This is
the
what
marketing was terrible.
Pissed off Diablo Cody and Jason Reitman is they were like, why are we marketing it like this? This movie.
It's not what this movie is.
That's not what this movie is at all. But
they're
that
like,
was the
it's a horror movie, not a sexy movie.
Yeah, but that was the distributors. That wasn't on them. They couldn't really.
Well, because they saw Megan Fox as in the cast, and they were like, "Oh, let's make this movie sexy." Because did you see her with her head underneath the hood of that Camaro? Like,
that's
this is sexy.
That's what Michael Bay
Look-
did.
Yeah,
That's what Michael Bay did. In
that's why she was in the trailer for Transformers. You know, look that scene, the infamous scene of her working on Bumblebee.
But like, bro, it's like.
And then that's also why she was in the second one. Why she's on the back of that fucking motorcycle in leather pants doing a fucking airbrush on the thing, which is literally like 20 seconds in the movie, but they make that to be like so much bigger.
The men who were they showed this to first, the young men, said that they would like more boobs.
Of course,
I'm sure they did, and
that's why they suggested marketing it on amateur porn sites.
Yeah, well,
that's.
I mean, this goes back to the like male gaze. Like that's what they wanted. Was they wanted more tits, more tits. Surprisingly, no tits in this movie.
Yeah.
The scary level of this movie, it's considered to be on the lower end of the scary scale for horror, relying more on dark humor, body horror,
Yep.
and disturbing themes rather than jump scares.
So
it's not.
There, like I said, there are a few jump scares in this movie, but they're to be honest, the jump scares that you're going to experience, they're going to be obvious that they're coming up because it's going to be in a moment where you're like, something bad's about to happen, and then something bad happens.
Yeah.
So
There's
It's
some pretty.
not going to be like the motherfucker from last week where the toad jumps out of the fucking lake and
Put respect on Jason's name.
Sorry, he looked like a toad.
Put some respect on Jason Voorhees' name.
it's Mr. Voorhees if you're nasty.
Yeah.
Well, he lives
Put
in a
some
lake.
respect on Jason Thomas Voorhees.
He lives in a lake.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He's covered in seaweed and nasty shit.
Ew, icky toes.
He looked like a toad. He just needed a bath.
He's a good. He was in the lake. What more do you want from him?
He's a special boy.
Yeah, he's the good. He's a good boy. But yeah, show some respect to Mr. Voorhees.
Okay. I actually don't know who he is yet. I didn't get to fucking see him.
No, he was in the movie. We were just discussing him.
Yeah.
It was his mom.
No,
It was not him.
But he was in the movie.
He was the toad at the end.
Yeah, that's Jason.
That's Jason.
Yeah, I have no respect for him yet.
Yeah, that's
You
okay.
will. You will.
Yeah,
You
we'll get
will.
there. Yeah.
He is nothing to me currently.
By the time we get to 6, you're gonna respect
I was so
him.
fucking disappointed with that. I thought about that this week.
I
literally did. I was like, oh, Jason, yeah, it's all built up and it's all great. And then fucking, it's
I can't tell you that because it spoils the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed. This is not last week's podcast. So we're just not even gonna
Still fucking raging over Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
It's a good thing your wife wasn't on that episode. She probably would have just been like,
I'm
out.
leaving you.
I'm out.
Do you have any other final words before we partake in the?
Pray
Before he goes
Pray for me.
balls deep.
No, I'm. Here we go.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
Here we go. If you are wanting to watch along with the podcast, this is where you're going to pause it, go watch the movie, and come back. If you have already seen the movie and just want to join us for all of the tomfoolery, I just really wanted to say tomfoolery.
That was cute.
Join us for the tomfoolery after the movie. Just hang out past the music, and we'll see you then.
Here we go.
And we're back. And Kendall has now watched Jennifer's Body. What's your first impressions of the movie?
This movie is just like a lot of the other, more current horror movies where it has something to say.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me look back through my life and just realize like the douchebaggy things that men do. And you know, and it's kind of bringing that to light. And
Yeah.
you're like, the horror is really not in this movie. The horror is you can relate with it.
It's funny how most horror movies, the horror is actually the real life.
Yes, the horror is the realization that you get when you watch it, and you're like, oh, what this movie is trying to say is that person that I have been before. Wow, that sucks.
It's kind of a cautionary tale when it comes to how you interact with in this movie women.
Yeah.
You know.
And you don't understand it until you've lived that life, and then you're like, then you watch this movie, it's going to hit you a lot different. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's teaches you a lesson after you should have already learned it.
Yeah. I will tell you, I'll tell you one person that loved this movie, Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
He fucking you want to hear his review?
Yep.
It's actually really good. So he said he dubbed it Twilight for Boys. And saying, as a movie about a flesh-eating cheerleader, it's better than it has to be. But he did say that with Diablo Cody's script, the soul of an artist and her screenplay brings to this material a certain edge and a kind of gleeful relish that's uncompromising. And then he also lauded Megan Fox's performance.
Yeah, Megan Fox was really good in this movie.
Because
she did great.
He said he was like, I love the fact that she plays it straight.
Yeah.
And doesn't make her performance comedic. Because everything she says in this movie, she believes with her core.
Yeah.
All the most ridiculous shit she says, she believes that to her core.
Yeah.
Like, as a character.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know how in the fun facts, I was like, or it said that this was her favorite movie she's ever done.
Yeah.
And it shows.
She really got
like,
to stretch herself in this movie.
Like, I've never considered Megan Fox a very good actress. Because you see her in, like, Transformers, and it's like, okay, what carries the movie in Transformers?
The big fucking robots.
It's the fucking robots.
Well, I will say,
you could have put anybody in that movie, and it would have been a
Yeah.
cool movie still. Yeah, I guess it's unfair for me to say the best thing I really haven't seen Megan Fox in anything except Transformers.
No, that's fair. I mean, she hasn't really done. I mean, she's done Transformers. She's done Ninja Turtles. It's the fact that she's made so much money from her movies that she doesn't really need to do anything. Because even
and she also got a lot of endorsements because she was like, she was a spokesperson for a makeup company at one point.
Oh yeah.
Because she looks exactly like the type of person you would want to slather makeup on.
Yeah, it's like Rihanna. Rihanna really doesn't need to make another album ever again because she's a
No.
gajillionaire.
Yeah. Beyonce does not have to make another album ever again.
She
because
just
she's
chooses to.
Yeah, because that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, but like, like she made a lot of money from Transformers. She made a lot of money from the Ninja Turtles movies because the Ninja Turtles movies make a lot of money overseas,
As well as the Transformers movies also.
Yeah, so she really doesn't have to do it. She also has a great role in the sequel to Knocked Up. This is 40 because she plays Leslie Mann's boss.
Yeah.
she works at the clothing company that she runs, and she's fucking hilarious. Like, I wish she would do more comedies because she's got it in her. She's got that like funny bone where she really. It's like watching Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum there's no reason he should be as funny as he is.
Oh, he's so great.
He's handsome and funny, which makes me hate him.
It's
he's a double threat.
Yeah, it's the John Hamm syndrome.
He has no business being as funny as he is, looking as perfect as he does.
But you gotta love Channing Tatum.
Yeah, and that's
Ryan Gosling is in the same.
Is
in the
Can't
same
fucking,
category.
I hate that guy so much.
I fucking love Ryan.
I love him.
I love him.
I love him. I hate him because he's so fucking perfect looking and he's funny, and I'm just like, bitch, that's funny is my thing. You get the hot. I feel like if there's anybody at this table that can answer this question, have you ever been in a real fire, Kindle?
Yes.
Fucking
You didn't know? You don't know this?
No.
My house burned down.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the reason that we had to build my dad's house is because, I guess in a roundabout way, I burned my fucking dad's house down.
Okay, how old were you?
I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
Which is funny because, it's so fucking funny. The day that my dad's house burned down, it was October 24th, which is the day after my anniversary. But anyway, that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It was superhero day at middle school.
Uh-huh.
And I chose to dress up as Quail Man.
From Doug.
From Doug.
Yeah.
And I did the whitey tighties on the outside of the shorts and everything.
The belt
on the belt
forehead.
on the head, everything. I was Quail Man that day, and it was like a cold ass rainy day, and I was like, fuck it. Well, Dad did not believe in heat. Like to turn the furnace on.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, what? I was like, he doesn't have to believe in it; it exists.
No, yeah, he didn't believe in like turning the furnace on.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to be warm in the house, you had to make a fire in the fireplace.
Oh.
Well, my grandma was like, "Do not start a fire in the fireplace. Wait till your dad gets home." And I was like, "Nah, fuck.
I'm cold.
Yeah, it's too fucking cold."
Yeah, it's cold as fuck, and he showed me how to do it, so
I know how to do it.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
I'm 7th grade. I'm a grown ass man.
That's right. So I did it, and so the way you started the fireplace was you fucking cracked the gas, and you lit the gas, and that would get the logs started.
Yeah.
And
then you cut the gas off.
Well, and then you cut the gas off. Well, my dumbass
Forgot to cut the gas off.
forgot to cut the gas off.
Yeah.
So it continued to be a roaring, raging ass fire in the fireplace, which got too hot. But it's not my fault technically that the house burned down, because when it was built, it was like a 3-story house,
Mm-hmm.
and they separated the chimney in spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So like where this level met this level, there was a space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So birds had pecked their way into the chimney and built fucking nests and shit in there.
So all those started catching.
And when it got real fucking hot, those nests fell down on what my dad calls the fire can, which I still have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
But it fell down on there and started those nests on fire, and then that started the attic on fire, which we all slept in the basement too. So by the time
Wait, were you in a cult?
No.
Oh, okay.
But by the time I woke up, the whole fucking attic, upper level and middle level of the house was completely on fire.
Holy shit! When I wrote this question down, I had assumed that you had been in like some sort of like fire that you were like, oh shit, put it out. I had no idea that you committed arson.
Yeah. So I could go on forever about that fucking night. But yeah, I've watched my fucking house burn to the fucking ground.
I only wrote this question down because of the bar scene, the fire scene in the movie.
And I've been there.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Because I mentioned this while we were watching the movie. This was based off of, I can't remember what the name, when it happened, but it happened in the mid to late 2000s. There was a bar or something where a band was playing. The band survived, and they ended up, they didn't do the douchebaggy thing that Low Shoulder did, where they released this single and only gave up 3% of the profits. Like, they released a single, and then they gave the survivors of the fire like 100% of the proceeds. But yeah, like 40 people died in this small. This state had to change their fire laws now for this thing. I don't remember even where it was, but it was. If any of our listeners know what I'm talking about, I'm not making this up. Just email us at khorrorpodcast@gmail.com and tell me what I believe that I am correct.
Tell him what he's talking about.
And if I'm wrong, then tell me I'm fucking wrong. Just somebody email us. Yeah. So.
Yeah. A fire is kind of it's a traumatic situation.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
See, comedy is tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Yes. Yes. You get enough removed from it, it turns into funniness.
Yeah.
Funniness.
Yeah, anything is funny if you just give it enough time.
Give it some time.
Let it breathe like a nice wine. You have to let it breathe. Megan Fox said that tits were her trademark in this. What's your trademark, Kendall?
My trademark, probably my beer belly. What do you think, Evan? You said it was my my third foot today at work.
No, I think he said third leg.
No, he said
Is that
foot.
the giant?
Well, I told him my foot was hurting.
Oh.
No, that's completely out of context. You're not even telling the story right. He was walking around. He was like, "Oh, my foot is hurting." I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, it's like throbbing." I was like, "Oh, that's not the only. I hope that's not the only appendage that's throbbing."
Oh, no. So it was the third leg. Yeah.
No, but I was talking about your dick, not a third leg.
Yeah.
I couldn't have put it more plainly that I was talking about penises.
How did I tell that wrong?
I didn't use it as it wasn't a euphemism. It was just hey, I bet your dick's throbbing.
What you're saying is that you were sexually harassing him.
Yeah. So
I enjoyed it though.
What a great segue.
It was. It was not harassment.
Yeah. So this movie was kind of like panned when it first came out.
Yeah.
Right. But it has been reevaluated, over the years, especially like recently, like since like 2020-ish, 2020, because like
People were bored and they wanted to watch movies.
well,
and
I mean, like in 2018, there was a writer for Vox, name was Constance Grady. She wrote that that a new critical consensus was forming that appreciated the film as the forgotten feminist film. That people were kind of coming back to, and they were like, "Oh, this movie is like super girly."
Yeah. Well, the main two characters are both women. They're both very strong. Well, Needy isn't strong at the beginning, but she is at the end. She becomes basically the final girl. Megan Fox goes through this entire movie just killing boys. Like that's what's more feminism than killing men.
Yeah, and she also stated that after the Me Too movement, the film's story of a group of powerful men sacrificing a girl's body on the altar of their for their own professional advancement became uncomfortably familiar.
Yeah, especially finding out about Schmeinstein.
Yeah, and this, according to her, she said, this allowed viewers to see the film rather than as a sex fantasy, as a revenge fantasy, as Jennifer uses her abused bodies against her attackers.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that tells you everything you need to know about this movie. It's a movie about a girl who is basically raped. Not in that sense. She's not sexually raped.
Yeah.
She's penetrated with a knife. You know what I mean?
Several times.
Yeah, it's not blatantly, but it's that, but it's done in a different way, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking really awesome. But like, yeah, Diablo Cody, she was like, yeah, this movie was marketed all wrong.
Yeah, it really was.
Like because they were like, oh, well, all these, men who like these boys who like Megan Fox, and she's like, no, girls are gonna like this movie too.
Yeah,
you should try and get them to come see it, and they didn't listen to her.
Yeah,
God forbid, she only wrote the fucking movie.
Yeah, it's not like she doesn't know this movie backwards and forwards.
And she's, I don't know, one of them girls.
Yeah. No, she's just being emotional. It's just PMS.
It's not PMS isn't real. It's made up.
It was made up by
Boy Media.
By Boy Media to make girls seem crazy. I 100% agree with that. Did you want to reach through the screen and slap Needy when she said, "Who's Phil Collins"?
Yes. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He did if you don't know who Phil Collins is, like he did the whole soundtrack for Tarzan.
Well, she may not be a Disney fan.
Yeah, but
she's a teenage girl. She's a Disney fan.
And to be fair, Tarzan is like one of the worst Disney movies.
Yeah, but you still saw it.
Yeah, I regretted it as a child.
Yeah.
That movie
the best
sucks.
part, but the best part of that movie is
the soundtrack.
The fucking soundtrack.
The soundtrack is the best part of the movie.
And you know that Phil Collins did it.
Yeah,
I mean it's not Randy Newman doing Toy Story, but
we can't all be Randy Newman, sometimes you have to be Phil Collins, and make billions of dollars.
It was way better. That was a way better soundtrack.
You're biased. The Toy Story soundtrack is fucking fire, dude.
It's good. But it's not Phil Collins.
There's like
Tarzan
two
soundtrack.
good songs in Tarzan. The main one, the "You'll Be in My Heart," and then there's like one other one that's good.
In your opinion.
And I like Phil Collins like a lot.
Yeah.
Like I almost like raged. We were driving in the car the other day, and we were listening to "In This Moment's" version of "In the Air Tonight."
Well,
and he
okay.
was like, "This is like the best." He said, "This is the best."
And
remake, and I heard the best version. I was like, say what now? I was like, no, Phil Collins, the original's the best.
And I was like, no, I said remake. And he's like, oh, okay.
That song was the theme song to a show I used to watch called Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Yeah.
I remember that show.
You remember that show?
Yeah.
I'm Phil Collins all day.
I love Phil Collins. I mean, where do you stand on Phil Collins versus Peter Gabriel?
Phil Collins.
I mean, I like Peter Gabriel's really good too.
You like them for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both really good. I didn't know you had that in you.
Yeah, but Sledgehammer's a fire song, dude.
Oh yeah, Sledgehammer's the shit.
But yeah, Phil Collins.
Well,
He had a better career.
At least he's talking about a band that we've all heard of. That's all I'm saying.
What, Genesis?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, yeah.
Everybody's Genesis. Well, sorry, I don't. Not into like. Not just talking about the mainstream bands, like talking about bands I like. I talk to Kendall about bands all the time, and he's like, oh, "Okay, cool, that's awesome."
Yeah, cool story, nerd. So there was a very small. You see what we were talking about? Blink and you miss it. Cameo.
Yeah.
Like if that had been one of you, if you'd gone to the bathroom at that moment, you would never have known that Chris Pratt was in this movie.
Right, and then his name was on like one of the main characters in the movie. Like if you noticed at the end of the movie,
he got billing.
It said and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, the goth girl in the movie that like had the scene at Colin's funeral had more lines in this movie than Chris Pratt does, and her name, by the way, her name is Eve Harlow. So Kendall, listen, I'm hurt. You have never once played Hello Titty with me.
Hello Titty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was how Jennifer was going to get drinks at the bar.
Oh.
Because she's too young to actually buy drinks. But if Needy asked her, well, how are you going to get drinks? I'm just play Hello Titty with the bartender.
Right. Well, you notice she came back with the drinks very quickly.
Yes, she did.
So
whatever she did worked.
I would say so. When she takes the football guy into the woods.
Yeah, Jonas.
And then
Patrick Starr's son.
Jonas. And he's like, wait, all the animals were there and shit. And she's like, they're waiting. And then she unzips.
Yeah.
And it
was that Hello Titty?
That was Hello Titty.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As far as I can,
I thought that was just getting a girl's shirt off.
That was like the.
That was Hello Titty.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that was.
I'm going to call it
when
that.
It happened. It was like, oh, hello.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
I'm pretty sure that was a scene from the remake of Snow White.
It was when she took her shirt off?
No, it's because all the animals showed up.
All
the animals
that
showed up. Yeah.
Apparently, we watched a different Snow White.
The remake, the one with Rachel Zegler.
Oh, okay.
The one that everybody hates.
Yeah.
Minus the part where she's like,
Well, she did that before. That's why the animals are there. We didn't see that scene.
Right. That was off screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They never really explain why the animals like.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, because there was a scene in the forest.
I would assume it's because of like the pheromones that the succubus gives off.
Okay, yeah,
that would attract animals, and also they're probably like, oh, something's about to go down. We're about to get fed, homie.
Yeah.
So are all the animals male?
Not necessarily. It didn't. I mean,
no, because the deer was female because it didn't have fucking antlers.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it did. I don't.
I was drawing.
Well, I mean, do only females? Do only males get attracted by pheromones, or is it both ways?
Well, typically, so typically in the
she did say
she goes both ways.
Both ways.
Yeah. Now, usually in nature, like the female pheromones and the male pheromones are completely different. They use them to attract the opposite. She goes both ways, as we know, so maybe she attracts both.
Well, I mean,
and that's why Needy fell victim to it later on in the movie.
Yeah, because technically Jennifer doesn't really need to just feed on dudes. She just prefers
needs to feed.
She just needs to feed regardless.
Well, and as so established in the movie, like Jennifer attracts men, and they are the dumbest fucking things walking God's green earth. but when she attracts Needy breaks it.
Yeah.
So
She's like, what the fuck is going on?
what the fuck is even going on? Yeah.
You just said the F word.
And it was, Needy didn't curse until that moment in the movie because she even said cheese and rice instead of Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like Kyle Garner's told, like, yeah, he's dumb, but man, some of those scenes he made me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Like
like
every time he says,
it's not a
fucking boxing movie.
Whatever.
I was like, that was so me in high school. I would say something
Rocky,
like that.
yeah, apparently Rocky Horror Picture Show is now a boxing movie because it has Rocky in it, obviously.
It's not a fucking boxing movie.
So, yeah, we established that Jennifer is a succubus. So, we mentioned it, or I mentioned it when we were watching a movie. Like, succubus is something that kind of exists in, like, folklore, fairy tale, whatever.
It's mermaid, it's shit like that.
Yeah, it's a female
siren.
demon or supernatural entity that
a siren.
appears in dreams to seduce men. Now, here is the trivia I got for you guys. What is a male succubus referred to as?
An incubus.
Points to Evan.
I only know that because I remember I saw that in the dictionary. I was like, that's the name of a band.
Yeah. Actually, the band is named after...
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's the only reason.
It's a band.
That's the only reason I saw it in the dictionary. I was like, oh hey, look, that's the name of one of my favorite bands, Incubus. What does that mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why were you just randomly reading the dictionary?
I don't know. And
He wanted to, he was wanting to learn words good. A show of hands for anybody. If it were a demon that looked like 2009 Megan Fox, raise your hand if you're cooked. Yeah.
Slow hand.
It's okay. There's only 2 people raise their hands.
Yeah,
Don't
only 2
worry.
people raise their hands. Kindle is a fucking rock.
We didn't say which 2 people.
Yeah. Kindle's a fucking rock. Wink. Oh, did I wink with the? I said wink out loud, but that sucks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Some of the places, or all of the places that she took these dudes to, which was obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
To show the fucking...
The depths that
The
men will go
depths
to.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
and
the
it's-
forest one isn't bad. Isn't terrible.
No, that's
but it's by the
normal.
school. But
It's near the school.
But fine, it's in the woods. Not a big deal. The other 2 places, get fucked, dude. Like went to basically an abandoned house.
Yeah.
And then an abandoned pool.
Yeah.
That had,
Which is the second abandoned pool building that we have come across in recent weeks.
Yeah, but the other one at least was like a functioning pool.
Yeah, this one was all like
It had chlorine in it. You could
you could still swim in there.
Yeah.
This one had fucking roots growing into it.
Yeah, it looked like a fucking hurricane had come through Minnesota and wrecked this goddamn pool.
A good hurricane, not like the one in Bodies.
Not
that -7 category. Category's -7 hurricane.
Not
They
category
barely
man.
needed the flashlight.
Yeah. It was a light rain, as Tanner
would
so
say.
eloquently put it.
When I was watching Colin go through this abandoned house looking for Jennifer, I just kept thinking in my head, dude, nobody in any of these movies exists in a universe in which horror movies exist.
Right.
But it's the appeal. That's the thing that's why it's dumb looking at it like in that vein. But when you look at it in the film, like in the way that the script's written, it's really fucking smart to be like, yeah, these dudes are willing to do fucking anything.
He's basically doing a B&E.
Well, I mean, literally, even Jonas. Jonas literally is in mourning, and he's like, "Oh, how can I forget about this? Oh, I'll just bang this chick."
Yeah,
it's like.
Sorrow sex is still sex.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a pretty vulnerable position and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, with Colin, he's just like, you could see him like thinking it over in his head. He
goes, "This isn't your house, is it?"
Well, I mean, when you see him when he's out there on the street in his car, he's like looking around and he's like, I don't
know about this.
And then he looks at that house. He's like, I don't know about this.
But there's, you know what's up there? Pussy.
Yeah, exactly. That you see him going through the steps in his head and rationalizing it in his head. It's fucking genius.
I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna touch a boob.
But what they were portraying is literally, and that's something we talked about. Like, we've all been there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not. That's not far-fetched. That's real shit.
I drove to a town called Burden, Kansas to get laid. That is an hour and 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And it's called Burden.
It's what I leave with when I leave the town.
Yeah. Just for the record, this was literally years ago. So I've grown out of shit like that. But, you know, we're all guilty of being Guy. What'd you think of the emo funeral?
Oh, my God. Well, and that was really well done, too, because you had these fucked up emo kids that were sitting there going, oh, I hope he's flying in the dark abyss of the fucking...
Dude, his mom kicked so much ass, but his dad he's like, oh, Jesus, here
Christ,
we go.
Yeah.
But she destroyed them.
Oh, yeah.
But out of, in an actual way that a parent would with kids that are being stupid fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, jam that shit up your ass or whatever she said. She's like, you don't know fucking pain.
The way I feel about her, there's a movie called Ghost World with Thora Birch.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, you know the part when they're in the convenience store and that dude comes in there with no shirt on with the nunchucks?
Yeah.
And like Thora Birch is like, that guy rules. That's how I felt about her.
Oh, dude. She fucking kicked ass, dude.
Yeah.
And it was so real. Like that. There was a lot of parts in this movie that were, I mean, it's kind of a play on it in a lot of ways, but it really had a strong message and it drove it home in a lot of small ways that you might miss if you're not really paying attention. But that part, it's like, you guys are so caught up in your stupid emo bullshit that you're not even realizing that my son is laying in this redwood box right now.
Yeah, you're making it about you, and it's about me because I'm suffering.
And that's a completely different message.
I think they have I think they have two really cool ways of like some of the parents that dealt with grief. Because you have her, and then you also have Jonas's mom. That's
that
like
goes catatonic.
Catatonic.
And they show her, and she looks like fucking...
That is such a funny jump cut, though. Like, that makes me laugh so hard.
She looks like fucking Mrs. Bates.
Well, yeah, because she's like a statue robot.
Yeah.
You know, and then
statue robot zombie.
And then they cut to her. They do this fucking jump cut, and it's the funniest shit.
And she's just literally just staring out the window.
But yeah, I also think that there's like, other than like the things we've kind of talked about, the other thing that's kind of like a big theme of this film is the relationship with Jennifer and Needy and how their friendship is.
Yes.
And kind of like that Needy kind of just clings to this friendship.
Whereas Jennifer doesn't really need it.
She doesn't need it, but she does at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of, that's kind of shown at the end of the film, like when they have the final climax, is like Jennifer needs her as, like, even though she doesn't think that she does.
They are connected. Because in the flashback where they're playing in the sandbox.
Yeah, it's
the blood. Needy, being a dumb kid, ingests some of Jennifer's blood, so that basically is kind of like a blood bond between the two of them, which is another reason why Jennifer doesn't do anything to her when she has her dead to rights at the beginning of the movie, and then she got stabbed when they were in the pool room or in the abandoned pool. She is still stronger and more powerful than Needy, so she totally could have taken her out right then and there, even though she'd gotten stabbed.
Well, I also love that the necklace is kind of like a shield for her.
Yeah, and then when Needy ripped it off of her, she was suddenly weak, and that's why she.
But it's Needy finally standing up to Jennifer and not because like they kind of say that at the beginning with Chip, where Chip he's like, you just do whatever she tells you to do.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, I don't. It's like, we both have the same interest. No, they don't. They don't have the same interest at all.
Not at all.
She tries to rationalize it in her head because
to make it make sense.
They've just been friends for so. It's not like she has to, like she needs to be friends with her and stuff like that. It's just she's like, well, I don't know what else to do. We've been friends since we were kids.
Yeah,
sandbox
buddies.
Just happened to grow up and be like the most popular girl in school, and I'm just kind of like a tag along at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it kind of their relationship kind of turned into that where Jennifer just gets to treat her however she wants.
But the thing is like Needy doesn't
because
really,
of who she is.
But the thing is like Needy as a person she isn't thriving to be like a cool kid or anything like that.
No, she's just being herself.
She's just being herself. She doesn't really care what
she's
people
dating
think about.
she's dating a guy in
she doesn't give a fuck what people think about her. It's just I think she just clings to this friendship because she doesn't. Other than that, she doesn't really know anything else in her life. Other than Chip, she doesn't know anything else that feels right except for her friendship with Jennifer.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, she kind of clings to that friendship too, because I mean, she gets revenge for Jennifer at the end of the film.
Yeah,
because it's not her fault that happened. Like those guys did that to her.
but she also wanted to make sure one, she hated that fucking song. Which,
Yeah, there was that too.
yeah, but she also wanted. I mean, these guys did. I mean, we can go back to the fact that this is kind of a like Jennifer being killed the way she was is kind of an allegory for her being sexually assaulted.
Oh yeah, because she loses her entire personality, her everything about her.
She loses her entire character changes.
Oh, this was a great script.
Yeah, so
yeah,
good.
and like we've said, it has something to say, but more than just the one main theme.
Oh yeah,
it's like
it has a bunch of
there's
different
several themes in this movie that are just fucking. And even the little ones, it's like if you're not paying attention, you'll miss them. But it's great.
Yeah.
That was the script is great in this.
Yeah,
But fuck, dude, Adam Brody, what a fucking asshole. That guy
what
is
a fucking tool. In
He
this
played a really good asshole.
But he's so fucking funny at the way he's an asshole. I was like, oh no, you don't need to talk right now.
Yeah. That's gaslighting. Like, oh no, you don't have to talk right now if you don't want to.
If you don't want to.
Yeah.
He's such an asshole in this movie. Like the fact that he calls into that radio station and then gets the town's name wrong.
Yeah.
Is one of the funniest things.
Yeah.
He's so hilarious.
Devil's Lake.
And the fact that they donated 3%.
The 3%, it makes me laugh every time.
After the bar burns down and kills a bunch
What
of
happened to the
people.
other 97%? Isn't that a little crass? Exploitative, douchebaggery.
And then there's people sticking up for them.
Well, that girl was wearing a low shoulder T-shirt.
No, yet another theme.
Yeah. Like
Almost
just
everybody kind of
hero
feeds into
worship.
their bullshit except for
Needy.
Needy, and I don't think Chip really gives a fuck. He's just like,
No,
whatever.
Chip never gave him. The only thing Chip gives a fuck about is Needy and apparently, buying more condoms at Super Target.
I think everybody's been in that high school relationship where it's like you've been in it long enough where it's like, okay, we have to bang at some point, right?
Well, I think that I think that
or is that like a virginity thing?
No,
too?
I think that they were already sexually active because he said I went and bought more condoms.
Oh,
from
yeah,
Super
that's
Target."
fair.
So, but when you're in a high school relationship and you're already getting some, like it's almost a sure thing that you're going to continue to get some.
Yeah,
so you're
sure.
like, that's your focus is like I'm going to get some. Like when she's getting ready to go out with Jennifer, right? She's getting dressed. She goes over to kiss him, and immediately he goes and grabs his belt and starts to take it off like he thinks he's going to get some at that particular moment, knowing full well that Jennifer's going to be here any minute, knowing that he only lasts for 4 minutes, anyways, with the condom. Probably would have been plenty of time for, whatever. Because that was a very awkward, It was the sexy intermix with Colin being gutted like a fish was so weird.
Sorry, that sex scene is just so real.
It's yeah.
Bro. Like the first time sex in like fucking high school, bro. That is like too real. Like it's just like ugh.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of weirdness, and she's like hallucinating because she's still connected to Jennifer and all this stuff, and she starts. I love the line when they stop and she looks freaked out, and his immediately he goes, what? Am I too big or something?
Am I hurting you?
Am I hurting you? Am I too big or something? Like,
No, you're not.
No,
it's not that at all.
Yeah, dude,
No.
you're really cool.
Honestly, I hadn't even noticed the size.
Yeah.
Until you mentioned it right now.
No, I'm literally watching blood drip out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
So, it has nothing to do with your dick.
Yeah, no, and she's getting freaked out, and she's like making noises, and Chip really think he had something there. He's like,
to be fair,
oh yeah,
to be fair, I would have been like, wow,
okay,
Yeah,
what I'm doing is good.
I'm
All right.
swinging weight here.
Yeah, he's packing pelvic inches, obviously.
Pubic inches.
Pubic inches.
Pubic
I'm
inches.
sorry, pubic inches. Yeah, nice hardware. Nice hardware, Ace.
God, she has like some of the greatest lines.
I'm
in this
telling
movie.
you, man. When I said at the beginning of the episode, I said this is like this is the queen of the one-liners. Just some of the shit that comes out of Megan Fox's mouth.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like it's not even just her. It's Needy also, because like when she's on the phone with Chip and she's like, and he's like, what was the make and model of the van? I don't know, an '89 Rapist. Like that's a fucking great line.
Perfect.
And every time I see one of those vans in the world, I'm gonna say it's an '89 Rapist right there. No, the Diablo Cody. Well, and it shows in when she wrote Juno and she wrote this movie. She knows what was the movie that we were complaining about that doesn't know how to write women. It was Idle Hands, right?
Yes.
Idle Hands does not know how to write women. Diablo Cody knows how to write women. She knows how to write them smart and funny and strong and badasses in this movie.
Yeah.
And in Juno, she
You
does the same
never
thing.
saw the women as vulnerable in this movie.
No,
at
no.
all.
Well, you saw Needy as scared, but that was mostly because she didn't know what was going on and she was trying to figure it out. Like, especially when, right after the whole like Chip sexual experience thing, she's going to find Jennifer and she's freaked out, and then Jennifer crashes into her car and all that stuff. So she's scared, but I don't say she's not vulnerable. Like everybody, you get scared.
Yeah, it's a normal
Yeah,
human reaction to what's going on.
Yeah, Diablo Cody just gets it. She understands how to write women because, I don't know, she is a woman, which is so infuriating because Idle Hands was also written by a woman who doesn't know how to write women. So it's like,
well, I mean, you take a look at like Diablo Cody and like Juno. There's like three there's like three different women that she writes completely differently, but absolutely relatable. One is Juno, obviously, and then Allison Janney, and then Jennifer Garner. Are three completely different characters written well.
Yeah.
But all, like you know who they are, you know what their motivations are and all this stuff. And then you look at fucking Idle Hands and it's like Jessica Alba just wants to get dick down. That's all she cares about.
Yeah, apparently. So it's just fucking anyways.
Yeah, apparently last year Diablo Cody has talked about making a sequel to this movie.
Good,
because she is. She said that I always get like warm and fuzzy anytime anybody comes up and asks me about this movie. Like I she's very, very proud of this movie.
She should be. This is a good movie.
Of all the movies we watched, this one is in my mind at least definitely deserving of a sequel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what they would do with that, but
I'm sure they figure a way to bring Megan Fox out of hell, or something like that.
that'd
Because it wouldn't work without Megan Fox.
No. I mean, you just bring back Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried and go from there.
Yeah, we'll figure it. We'll figure it out.
I would assume that set was just really fun to be around, and I would assume that's why Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried say this is their favorite movie they've ever done.
Probably,
I would assume they had a good time on set.
Well, Megan Fox got to get down and dirty with a lot of blood and a lot of special effects and stuff like that. So she got to do all the cool like the vomit scene, and she got to get all she got to be looked at as something that wasn't just a sexual object in this, because she was the villain in this movie. She was the villain. So I think that and she's never played another character either before or after. She's never played another villain.
Well, I think Amanda Seyfried got to do something different too. This is like 5 years after Mean Girls. I don't know what she did in between that. I assume she did some rom-coms or something like that.
Probably.
But she got to be like this kind of like kind of badass character. You know, got to be there, but it's like a very vulnerable character, like one like a shy, like introverted.
I would say codependent.
Yes, very, very. This movie is all codependency. It's like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she got to play this different character that's obviously completely different from her character in Mean Girls.
Yeah, it's like Needy doesn't know how to exist unless it's Needy and Jennifer. So,
Yeah, and that's like the whole point is that's like the end of this movie is her
letting go.
her letting go of that part of her life that she. This thing that's destroyed everything that she loves. Like obviously realistically by killing her boyfriend, but also like her relationship, like Needy and Jennifer's relationship, hurts her relationship with Chip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she ends up in a fucking mental institution.
Well, because she gets blamed for all the murders,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she gets blamed for all of them. She definitely gets blamed for Jennifer.
She gets blamed for Jennifer's, and I assume they just linked the other ones to her as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer just looked like a normal girl
Yeah.
when after she stabbed the shit out of her.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would assume that.
Yeah, because you notice that after she stabbed, her complexion goes back to normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Because the demon
left.
was gone. And I would assume because she probably hadn't fed in a while.
She had fed a little bit on Chip, but not enough.
Yeah,
not enough.
Because she was looking pretty fucking.
When she was getting ready for the prom, and she slathered on all that
dude.
makeup, and
It's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah,
it's such her slathering that makeup on while she's crying.
I love the contrast. Kendall made a comment during the movie about how vain she is because she has a.
There's a reason why that photo's there.
It's to contrast what she was before the demon and now what the demon has made her.
That's in my opinion. That's Megan Fox's best performance in this movie.
Yeah, when she's getting ready for prom and she's slathering the makeup on to try and hide what the demon has made.
But she's
her.
got her tears are welling up in her eyes. It's so fucking. But there are some shots in this movie that are just insane. Like the shot on the football field before she kills Jonas.
That roving camera shot.
Such a badass shot. I think the shot at the beginning of the film with Needy in the mental institution. There's a great like kind of dolly shot that kind of pushes out. It kind of like and it shows you everything that's in this room and stuff like that. It's a neat shot and it has this like really cool. Like she's like really close to the camera with the orderly behind her, and she's doing like whatever. I don't know.
I think it's macrame.
Yeah, something like that. And like,
it's a thing that you do when you have a grippy sock vacation.
Yeah, and I really liked the way that's shot. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
the direction in this movie is really good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know what else.
I also really like some of the other shots. It was also during when she was having hallucination when her and Chip in that 4 minutes. Chip was, doing taxes. There was the shot of where Needy looks over at the chair and she sees Jonas who's sitting there, but he's gutted and everything like that. And then she kind of closes her eyes and looks again, and Jennifer is perched like a predator over Jonas, just smiling at her. Megan Fox does a lot of acting with just her mouth, like with that she I don't know if she stood in a mirror and practiced like that sinister smile that she's got in this movie.
Yeah, and that was really good.
Yeah.
The first time after she goes in the rapey van and then comes back to Needy's house, and
she looks like a zombie.
Yeah, and just that stare, and she's got them blood-stained teeth.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was that right there was probably you knew some shit was up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Jonas kill, we have the audio of Kendall reacted to the Jonas kill. This is, I think, technically, I mean, not chronologically in the movie, but this is technically the first kill of the movie.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, even though chronologically,
it's the first one they show.
It's the first one they show, but it's also the first one that we know about because we don't find out about what happened to Jennifer and we don't find out about what happened to Ahmed until later in the movie. But so here's Kendall listening or watching the Jonas kill.
Good God.
Not like a oh God or anything like that. Just kind of like they didn't show the act. They didn't.
Right.
You don't find it. You don't see anything until they don't really show the kills. They show the aftermath.
Oh no, I love that the way that kill is not revealed, but like the scream from the distance because it's like, but it's almost like it's like echo, but like it almost feels like fake.
Yeah,
like it's I just really like it. It's not my favorite kill. We'll get to that later.
And then the principal just assumes that it's some kid out in the
that's upset about the kids dying.
Let it out, kids. Let it out. Yeah.
Captain Hook.
Yeah. Do they even mention what his name is in the movie? Like, I don't remember them actually saying anything. I remember Jennifer being really snarky when he was talking about the fire, and he was like, "We're not gonna let this fire win." And she's like, "Newsflash: the fire already won."
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's talk. We were talking about the night that Jennifer had this happen, and she comes back from the kettle, right? And she's all like gross and zombified and everything like that. You had some interesting reactions there.
I was just sure there was going to be something there when she shut the door.
This is the fake out jump scare. You know, she opened up the closet and she wasn't there. The sigh, the heavy sigh.
Fuck you, drippy sink. Oh, it's just a sink. Nope. Nope. No, it ain't. Yeah. What the fuck?
That was pretty much it. I didn't really catch I thought you were going to react a little bit more to the when she like spewed the bile at Needy and it just like hit Needy all in the face and just kind of. I thought you were going to get a little bit more, but all you said was like, "Oh, there's our chocolate there's chocolate syrup.
There's a chocolate syrup.
Yeah, it's like a chocolate fountain."
Well, and that's the point in the fun facts for me is sometimes I look that shit up and read through it just to kind of help me get through it.
It's like the pumpkins in Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah, like trying to find those goddamn pumpkins.
Yeah, so that part may have been a little more impactful if
you hadn't known that it was going to be that it was coming up, yeah. Let's start with Evan. What was your favorite kill of the movie?
Colin.
Colin was your favorite?
Yeah, because I fucking love that shot. It's that silhouette.
Yeah,
of her like eating him.
It's very artistic almost. Yeah,
I fucking love that shot. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll piggyback onto that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't know that any of them were my like favorite. I really like when homeboy Chip stabs Jennifer at the end of the movie with the pool fucking net.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously I didn't kill her, but I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But the part where he's talking about after she eats him and then she's just ladling fucking blood out of her. Dude, that was
like a soup.
Oh, that was just watching that I was like I felt like hair in the back of my throat.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll give mine to the douchiest kill of the movie. It's the Jennifer kill when Low Shoulder has her at the kettle and they start singing that fucking song about.
They were singing Tommy Two Tone. They were singing 8, 6, 7, 5, 3.
Yeah, they were singing. Yeah. And just like
what's my number? 8, 6, 7, 5, 3. Oh, not can you, Tommy Two Tone?
And then just like in mid verse, he just and then starts just like going to town. I thought it was really it was very douchey the way he did it. You know, of course the whole band is just a bunch of
they were playing into it,
fucking assholes. But I'm gonna give it to that one for me. Who would you give your MVP to?
MVP of fear.
Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
She carried this story and really drove home what they're trying to say.
You
and
felt
what they're
bad
trying
for
to
her
do.
throughout
Yeah.
most of the movie, even though
Well,
she's the killer.
She's the killer, but
It's not her
the
fault.
backstory to what happened, it's like, oh, this is a natural response. If you get to stay alive,
Yeah.
But it's not Jennifer really. It's this. It's
the demon
it's a
that's taken
demon.
over her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like she's just killing that.
Yeah.
She definitely. I mean, with a honorable mention for sure to
Needy. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that's who my MVP is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both did such a good job, and their chemistry.
I think Needy's
The actress's chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that chemistry like close up when they were making out. You know.
I think Needy's character growth and development is fucking top notch.
Yeah.
From the beginning of this movie to where she ends up at the end.
Yeah. I'll give mine to Jennifer also. Like I said, you feel bad for her as the movie progresses, and honestly, once the demon possesses her, I mean, you don't even know it's a demon that's possessing her. You just kind of get this impression that she has elevated herself above the food chain. So like she's now above humans on the food chain, and what we do with animals is no different than what she's doing with humans. So like, until you find out about the demon part, and then you find out that she's from hell and blah, blah, blah and everything. So,
Yeah.
Who would be your least valuable person? I know mine right off the bat.
Oh, the
LVP of survival.
the dude, the lead singer from the band.
Okay.
What a dick.
Nicholas Wolf.
And-
Nikolai.
Sorry, Nikolai Wolf.
He basically created all this bullshit.
Yeah, but without him, we don't have a movie.
Yeah.
Right. But fuck that dude.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be mine. Just spoiler alert, because he fucking rules, dude.
What's yours?
It's tough because like it's not like I'm calling.
There wasn't a bad character in this movie.
No, there's not. Jonas, I don't know. Fuck it.
Jonas.
Fuck it. I don't want to give it to Colin because it's Kyle Gallner. So I don't want to give it to like Chip because he's like pretty good. He's a pretty good character.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it to Adam Brody because he sucks, but God is he good at being a dick.
He's good at sucking.
Yeah, he's good at sucking. So I'm just gonna give it to Jonas.
See, I'm going to give mine to Chip. I think that I think if Chip had been listening to Needy from the very beginning, like he probably wouldn't have died.
That's a pretty fantastical thing to believe, though.
I still, this girl. Clearly you've been dating this girl for a long time. You know she's not crazy. So
yeah, but it's still
and she loves Jennifer.
He
why would
said
she?
that as he died.
Yeah,
I should have listened to you.
I should have listened to you.
I should have believed you.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's a pretty fantastical thing to believe, though.
If somebody came to me and said, Evan is possessed, he's killing people and eating them, I would be like, yeah, okay, I could see it.
I'm going to at least explore this until I prove it wrong.
Right, yeah. I'm I'm going to keep a lookout.
I'm going to be like, I don't think that's Evan at all, but I'm at least
I would be like, I'm going to need more proof than you just telling me.
Yeah,
well, at the very least,
I need to go to you and be like, hey, Evan, you were just accused by someone. I'm not going to say their name.
No, I wouldn't put anybody
Grant.
on blast.
But are you eating motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's explore that for a moment.
Do you need to talk about it?
Yeah. Why?
Because it feels good.
Okay.
And if it makes you feel good, do it.
Okay. What about it makes you feel good?
It makes my dick hard. What do you want from me?
Okay.
I had a rumbly in my tummies.
Who did you eat?
It's hard to say. It's been a lot.
Yeah. Several.
Okay, and if this conversation happened, now I have proof.
You have proof because I told you so. Because I said yes to all your questions.
Well, you also had two bodies that look like lasagna with teeth.
Yeah.
So,
What would you put on the fear scale? What would you put this on the fear scale?
Oh, I actually just think this is a good movie. I didn't even see this really as horror, except for the gore, obviously. But the message and all the hidden like themes, that I would say this like a 1.
Yeah.
Like it's really not scary. It's more interesting.
Okay. And where would we put this on the horror greatness scale, Evan? It's a good movie, but I don't think it.
Good movie.
But I think, honestly, if this movie hadn't been made, the horror genre wouldn't have even noticed.
I mean,
I would put it maybe like a 3, 4.
Wow,
maybe.
that's just way lower than I thought. Because because I'd put it. Yeah, that's true. Because like with Halloween, we kind of were like it's like a 2, but because of its significance.
You mean Friday the 13th?
Yeah, it's like a 2, but because of its significance, it like bumps
It's a
it up
9.
to a 5.
Yeah.
So.
We said because of the movie it was a 2, but because of the franchise that followed it, it was a 9. So we knocked it down to like a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah. So I'd probably like this movie isn't like a super significant movie. It's kind of a hidden gem if you haven't like. You've never even heard of the movie until. Recently.
Well, he has. To be fair, he'd never heard of half of the movies that we've.
Yeah, but you've heard of Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
you know that's a more that's a significant film.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like if this movie had not been made, we wouldn't miss it. But since we've seen it, it's important to us.
For me, it's like for me personally, it's like a solid 5, if not a 6, for me personally. But. Like I wouldn't miss this movie if it was like you know taken off the face of the earth and I could never watch it again. But I still really like it.
Yeah.
Like I like this movie from beginning to end. So for me, I'd give it a 5.
Oh yeah, I love this movie, and I'm not saying that I don't like it by giving it like a 4 or something. I'm just saying that as
on the horror greatness
on the horror greatness scale, I would say it's probably
if I'm rating it as a film. Yeah, you're right. If I'm rating it as a film, I give it like a 6. But as like a horror greatness, I'd probably give it like a 4.
Yeah,
4 or 4.5.
Okay. All right. So that was Jennifer's Body. How do you feel? Think you're gonna have any nightmares or anything like that?
Nah, we'll be good.
So here's a serious question.
Did you like the movie?
I loved the movie.
Yeah.
Good.
I actually really liked that movie.
So,
I mean, at all, I mean, we've watched a lot of good movies. But that one was really good.
So we're gonna talk about this a little bit more on a later episode. But I wanted to get we just did episode 14. We're 14 deep in this. And I kind of want to just kind of gauge, did you expect to like as many of the movies that you do? Because of the 14, you've really only said you disliked 2.
No, it's more than that.
It's 3.
I will say,
3 now.
I will say that this has definitely, I'm definitely not as... I'm more apt to watch a horror movie now.
Okay.
Just because I've seen what they are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And
capable of good
not,
stories.
And good stories, and it's not as... Like we've talked about before, the worst horror movie is in my head.
Yes.
like
your trip to New York coming up.
My trip to... Yeah. The unknown is what I think I'm afraid of. But like the... Really, I mean, I would cautiously watch Jane Doe again.
Cautiously.
But it was a good movie. Even though it was scary as fuck all, it was great. So yes, I am definitely surprised by the amount of these movies that I've liked.
And a couple of the really scary ones you really liked, because like Autopsy of Jane Doe was probably the scariest one we watched, and you really liked that movie.
Yeah, and
then
like,
Get Out was
unsettling the entire fucking
and
time.
you loved that movie,
and I like that movie.
That was like one of your top ones.
I would say the more scary they are,
the more you
in
like
a
them.
Weird fucking twisted ass way.
Then Sinister's going to be your favorite movie of all time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Let's just pump the brakes.
Yeah, maybe not go that far. You know, like you're
but-
gonna think it's a good movie, but you're also gonna white knuckle that one.
I have found that like horror classics, like the culty classic ones, I'm not as into.
Yeah, I get that.
But I do like the horror movies with something to say. And this was one. Get Out is one.
You'd like a lot of the new stuff.
Jane Doe was.
Yeah.
So like, I think that I'm more apt to like a movie based on that. Yeah, they're classics for a reason, but I can't say that I would watch them again.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at KHHPod. Follow us on Instagram at Kindle Hates Horror. Follow us on TikTok at Kindle Hates Horror Podcast. Email us at khhorrorpodcast@gmail.com if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns. And did I forget anything?
TikTok.
It's a TikTok.
Okay, then no.
Okay. Final words. Start with Evan.
Kindle.
That was not a word, but whatever.
So if I had a superpower, I think it would be to like be able to tell someone, like, okay, so someone says, no, that's fucked up. That ain't the way it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, nope, stop. And I could just like get a TV like out here in the air.
It just appears above your shoulder.
And it shows the exact fucking the situation.
Yeah.
And I would be like, see, bitch, that's what happened. I could take any situation or anything that has ever happened and just pull it up here on like a air screen and show it to you. That would be my superpower.
I mean, that would be one way to combat MAGA.
Or just fucking anything.
Yeah.
So if someone's arguing with you and it's like, that is the most irritating fucking thing when someone's telling you you're wrong, but
When you know
you're
you're
fucking right, and you're like, I wish.
Stop gaslighting me.
Yeah,
That's literally what gaslighting means.
I wish I could just pull this TV screen up right now and just show you. But anyway.
Follow us on socials, you fuckers, and join us next week.
Can't
where
even have my own fucking superpowers.
Here,
I love your nipples. Stop.
come back and join us next time. Here is your clue for the episode. If you think you know what it is, comment on YouTube. It's going to be a really easy one. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Kendall, don't fall asleep.
That's Citizen Kane.
Yeah, it's Citizen Kane again. We're going to watch that again.
Oh.
All right.
It's Casablanca.
He's looking at you, kid.
Yeah.
Come back.
Most quoted movie of all time.
Yeah.
Most quoted movie of all time.
All right.
More than Step Brothers?
Then Casablanca? Yeah.
It's been out a few more years than Step Brothers.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Join us next week.
Later.